let's go ahead and get into part 6 because y'all blew part 5 up quick. So, baby, I'm walking and I'm spending 50-50 time in the chair, 50% of my time out of I'm really chair. Only using the wheelchair when I'm in pain from walking. Majority of the time trying to walk around the house. You know what I mean? And I got this daughter, Chalk. Oh my God. She is in nursing. Baby, she rolled my back, baby, like a monkey. I'm not lying. Every time she talks to me, if I'm in the wheelchair, Ma, get out the chair. I'm like, girl, I'm in pain. Ma, get out the chair. My brother Chucky, bitch, get the fuck out the chair before I cuss you out. Use the chair when you in pain. Sit on the couch. Get out the chair. The way these people dogged me out about this wheelchair, honey, was ridiculous. But looking back on it, I'm happy they did. I really am. Because they pushed me to the max to get rid of that wheelchair. They really did. I'm just domesticated. I'm domesticated, y'all. I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm wifing, I'm grandmaing, I'm sending the baby to school. I'm on the internet working on looking for a job that's, wheelchair compatible where I could take my wheelchair. I'm ready to just get to it, the baby got tutoring. I'm helping her with her homework. Like, I'm just domesticated, living my life. Mammy, I'm so domesticated that I'm feeling like long as I'm cooking, cleaning, washing these clothes, my wife okay. Because she had, we laughing, keep grinning, so I'm not paying attention to the pattern change. Because my wife is patterned. If you know your spouse, you know their pattern. They're going to get up at a certain time. They're going to eat at a certain time. They're going to go to work at a certain time. You're going to know their schedule. And in knowing their schedule, they're going to come home from work. They're going to do certain things when they come home from work. Then they're going to lay around, watch TV, chill, whatever, relax. But the pattern had changed right before my eyes. And I didn't notice. Now, before we get into the spice of this weight gain, we got to get into the sad part. And I kind of want to zoom through this because it's very hard for me to discuss. Prior to 2020, I lost my best friend, Stacy, and I lost my granddaughter. And it's important that I share the sadness because it also contributed to my weight gain because I suffer from grief depression. I don't process grief the way normal people process grief. I go to the funeral and the burial, and then I just internalize, oh my God, they gone, and I sink into it, so to speak. My best friend Stacy leaving me was a pivotal part of the beginning of a decline in, I guess, my mental state, because my best friend Stacy was kind of everything in my first real example of what friendship should look like. And yeah, I have another best friend, but it came with flaws. My friendship with Stacy was flawless. Stacy is the definition of friendship. She's loyal. She's dedicated. Stacy showed me that no matter how far in distance you are from your best friend, you have their back regardless. That everybody that come into your life is not your friend. Stacy also diversified my grind and made me a bona fide hustler because she was so irritated by the fact that most of my finances came from my baby daddy. So my granddaughter went before Stacy. It was a SIDS situation, so to speak. She had a really bad flu. We put her down for a nap in the bed with my daughter, and she never woke up. And in burying my granddaughter, of course, nobody expects for a 2-year-old to pass away. And we didn't have insurance. And yeah, my community helped me bury her. Between Stacy and my baby daddy, that's where the blunt of the money came from. Now, Stacy is not my childhood best friend. Stacy is not the best friend that really walked with me through life and watched me have my kids. Stacy is the best friend that came along in my 20s and stayed until she passed away. And to me, that made a difference. That stood out. And that made me know without a shadow of a doubt that friendship come in many different forms. And she was the definition of friendship. So, in preparing my life to switch from Indiana to Houston, Texas, I have my niece TJ, my favorite niece, number two, because Zaria is number one and TJ was number two. I have her babysit my granddaughter, because if you know Stinker Mink, you just know that Stinker Mink always lived with me, because she is the daughter to my daughter that her daughter passed away, you know, from the SIDS or whatever. And so I have my niece TJ babysit Stinker Mink, and while I'm in Texas, I mean, I wasn't even there for a day, and my phone's ringing in the middle of the night on my first night in Texas, and it's ringing profusely. If you know, you just know that them kind of calls is them kind of call. Them is them death or jail calls. So I'm just like, I'm not answering it. Well, my family switched from my phone to my best friend phone, whose house we was at, and she came running in the room, hooping, hollering, screaming, crying that TJ was gone. And she gave me the details, and I called my sister to see if I needed to get up and fly right back home. And my sister told me, no, go ahead and take care of my business for my apartment and then come home. And so while I was in Texas, I got my niece dressed for her funeral. And that's the beginning of the grief depression, was TJ. Now, after TJ came Uncle Mike. After Uncle Mike came Deshaun. After Deshaun came my wife, nephew Bink. After Bink came my brother Chucky. After Chucky came my little sister Tamika. After Tamika came my nephew Duggar. And Lord knows I can't forget my niece Ashley. Mammy, you, while I'm experiencing all this loss in my family, I mean repetitive, back to back to back, it seemed like we couldn't get over a repast and a funeral quick before we was going to another one. My marriage is breaking down, and I don't have a clue. But let's go back to Chucky, the baby brother of this dynamic duo. Toxic as hell. Do you hear me? I mean, just toxic. I miss him. I love him. I just don't know how I'm surviving without my other half. And it's important that we talk about Chucky and his passing, because Chucky's passing shut me completely down to the world. And I found out who she is and how she came into my marriage. My God, on today.
Help me breathe again. I've been standing in the waiting place, looking for the light of grace, feeling lost, but still I know you'll open doors when it's time to go. Fear keeps whispering I won't survive, but faith keeps telling me I'm still alive. I may be weary, but I'm still your child, and I know you'll make it right. Help me breathe again.